It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and today that neighborhood would be none other than Waikiki. That's right, and that might explain the shirt. I pulled this out of the closet on my way when I was packing to come on this trip, and that's right, this trip. So here we go again, and for those of you that have been following me, you know that I've been taking it easy. I've been living the soft life for the last 2 or 3 months after a summer of travel, and I decided that this year was going to be the year that I did the trip back down under. That's right. So here we go again. I am going to take you down under, and it promises to be a really nice trip. Or so I hope. I've got a lot planned, and actually I don't have too much planned. I'm actually going to the first stop is Brisbane. Well, the first stop here is Waikiki, but only because I didn't want to take the whole flight from Florida all the way down to Australia. So I did it in segments. I broke it up. I did LA first, and then from LA I went to Waikiki, where I landed yesterday, and I'm only here for not even 48 hours, and then it's on the way to Australia. So, you know, Australia, I don't have a whole heck of a lot planned, other than the one definite thing is going to the Whitsunday Islands. That's been a bucket list of mine, the Whitsunday Islands, and I'm going to go to the Whitsunday Islands with a absolutely lovely Australian lady named Michelle. So Michelle and I are going to go to the Whitsunday Islands, and she may very well be joining me for some other adventures as well. We will see, as the saying goes. But right now, I thought that I would take the opportunity of being here in Waikiki and just kind of, you know, take the edge, you know, rough out the edges, or whatever you want to call it. I haven't done a walk and talk for a while, and I thought, why not go out and do a walk and talk in Waikiki? Take you to I keep switching I have a backpack that I'm carrying with me, and it's got a there we go. Sorry about that. So I have a backpack, and that backpack has a nice little toy in it, if I can get this drone working here. Yeah, so that's the whole reason that I'm doing this video, because it's been a little while since I've done a video like this, and I gotta brush up. I gotta brush up and get the camera working and all that kind of stuff. But I have a drone. I have a Mavic 2 Pro drone, and that's going to be really nice. And I gotta learn how to use it. So I'm going to try to bring you for a little walk and talk down what I think is the main street here in Waikiki, and then we're going to find our way over to the Waikiki beach. So as the saying goes, let's reach the beach, and we're going to start by going down the main shopping street. And here we go. So this is what I believe is the main drag of Waikiki. I came down just a little bit earlier. I'm staying at the Holiday Inn Express, for the record, and that is just a little short distance from where I'm walking right now, probably about 10 minutes. So I'm probably about halfway down to the Waikiki beach, and here is a shopping area. There's no shortage of shopping here if you're going to come and spend some time in Waikiki, but I'm not gonna bother. You've seen one shopping center, you've seen them all. So I'm gonna keep going and see if I can't reach the beach. Right across the street is the Royal Hawaiian Center, which is another shopping area. So we're just gonna walk along, and I think somewhere down toward the end of this road there is the zoo, the Honolulu Zoo. And there's an area down there, a large field, that somebody told me would be good for me to go and practice flying my drone. No shortage of traffic here in Waikiki. I gotta tell you, there is traffic everywhere, as one might expect. I don't know necessarily that Honolulu constitutes or Waikiki constitutes a big city, but it certainly has a big city when you contrast it to my favorite island, which is Maui. If you're going to go to Hawaii, you got to do it right. You got to go to Maui. Maui's the best place in Hawaii to go. You know, don't mess around with Waikiki and all these other places. Go to Maui. Just skip it all and just take yourself over to Maui. No, I'm just kidding. But Maui is actually my favorite. So here's the Royal Hawaiian Center. I'll actually do a little bit of a walkthrough on the Royal Hawaiian Center just to give you an idea. I'm trying to see if this camera works as well as I hope it does. So here we are in the Royal Hawaiian Center. And all around Hawaii you see these ABC stores, which is a great place if you're looking for something that's relatively quick and easy and not too expensive. Just jump into a ABC store like I did earlier today and get yourself a salad or something like that. So we'll continue walking up. I actually have a device that I bought, a bracket that I bought for the camera for this trip, and this bracket mounts the microphone with the dead cat. Those of you must have been following me, you remember the story of the dead cat. But so I have a bracket that goes on, and it won't interrupt the it's not going to interrupt the filming like the other one that I had did. So here is a stage. Looks like they would have some performances. And here's a statue for a photo op. So you can get a nice photo op right back here with, well, I'm not sure what the statue is of. You can see. Okay. Give you a nice pan up. Fantastic. I think this camera is going to work just really, really nice on this trip. One of the places that I'm really looking forward to is going back to New Zealand. And I want to go to see New Zealand in the autumn. I want to visit a place called Lake Wanaka, if only because it rolls off the tongue so nicely. I want to go see Lake Wanaka in the autumn down on the South Island of New Zealand. Another highlight of the trip is going to be meeting the one and only Mr. Wonderful Oz himself. So I'm going to the land of Oz down in Melbourne, and that's going to be a wonderful experience too, is going to check out Melbourne again, and maybe I'll take a road trip with Oz, a short road trip, and we'll go do the Great Ocean Road. So alright, so right now I'm going to go and see if I can't find the Waikiki beach. You can see from the blue sky that it is just really nice. I would say the temperature right now as I'm filming this, it's probably in the I'd say it's probably in the mid 80s. Little humidity, but really not all that much. So I think that Waikiki Beach is just a little ways up ahead. We'll go find it. Right by the Cheesecake Factory. That's where you want to hang a right if you're going to go down and hang 10, I think is the saying. So we're going to take a walk right here. And what's really interesting about this, you can see the sign right there. It says beach access. What's really nice about this is I was down here earlier, and normally you might have a Normally you might have a place where you park your bikes, but here you park your surfboards. Look at this. So all along the entire path down to the beach, you have these surfboards. That's something. Now, I haven't really spent a lot of time surfing, to be quite honest with you, but Michelle is quite the athlete. As a matter of fact, I think she's a triathlete, and Michelle has some surfboards. So we're going to be doing some surfing down on the Sunshine Coast of Australia here in just probably about a week. We got to go to the Whitsundays first, and I don't know if we're going to do any surfing down in or up in the Whitsundays, I should say. But you never know. I know we're going to try to do some snorkeling. So let's go and reach the beach. All right, if only to give you the full experience of walking onto the beach. Here we go. And I was here a little bit earlier, and it is crowded. There's no shortage of people on the beach. So I'm gonna just do a walk and talk on the beach and let you soak up the scenery here as I do so. There's no shortage of I think what you call eye candy here at the beach. So just do a nice 360. Let you soak it all up. Here's some folks over here they're barbecuing something. Now, I actually have not been in the water yet, and I may take a dip. I did bring a suit with me, so I may find myself taking a nice dip into the water before this walk and talk is through. We will see, as the saying goes. So here's the waterfront as I give you a nice view. The water's coming up over my feet. I'm actually wearing a pair of Vibram 5 fingers that I bought a couple years back, actually, when I was in Hawaii. And the Vibram 5 fingers are just I can show them to you, perhaps. Let's see. So that's what they look like. They actually go on your foot like a glove would go on your hand, and your toes just stick right in. Isn't this nice? Boy, look at that water. That is just fantastic. Really, really nice. Somewhere about here, I think I'm gonna take my drone and take my drone for a flight. Just wonderful. And the water actually feels really nice. I thought the water might actually be a little bit cool, but it isn't. The water is just actually very nice. Give a shout out to I think it was Kim Ann up there in New York, who made a comment earlier that, if I'm not mistaken, she was born or has some connection with Waikiki. Very nice. Some nice oceanfront property right there. It's a lot of fun doing these walk and talk videos. There's always somebody out there on YouTube that'll just come out of the blue and leave a comment about a video that I've uploaded. Oftentimes it's taking them back to a place that they maybe never will have a chance to visit again, or a place that they grew up. Boy, this is nice. This is really nice, folks. Look at that water. Oh my goodness. Boy, that water feels so good. Here come some folks on a canoe, if you can see off in the distance. I think they're actually, well, they're turning. Don't know if you can actually see that or not. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit. Kind of hard with the glare from the sun on the camera, on the display. In the bright sun, it's a lot of glare. It's not that easy to see it. Here's a beautiful property right here. Look at that. All right. Quite imagine there's some of you out there right now that are just sitting in the house in the cold of winter, looking at this guy coming by with a drink in his hand and his toes in the sand, wishing that you were here. Just wonderful. All right. I'm going to see if I can't find my way down the beach a little bit more and maybe try to take my drone up for a little flight. Just up the beach, I caught these guys getting ready to go out into the surf with their surfboards. Wouldn't that be something if I learn how to surf when I'm down in Australia? And off they go. Very nice. As you walk along, you can smell all the variations of suntan lotion. There's some folks getting ready for a sailing adventure. Manakai, I believe, is the name. Look at that. Probably be a nice day. There's your prices. Snorkel adventure, $50. You can go out. $50 to go snorkeling. All right. I gotta try to find a place where I can launch my drone. And being new at it, I've got to be somewhat careful and conscientious of where I do it. Looks like some guys here are getting ready. Look at this. Getting ready for a canoe ride. Isn't that nice? All right. This would actually be a pretty good place to launch a drone right here. As a matter of fact. Probably be a real good spot. Very nice. Well, this would be a good spot to launch the drone. Maybe I will. All right. Fantastic. Hope you enjoyed the visit to Waikiki Beach. Or should I say, I hope you're enjoying the visit. All right, everybody. I was walking along and look who I ran into. I ran into Bella. Bella's from Seattle, right?
Yes.
And I asked you if you asked me if I'm doing a video, and I said I am, and I could make you a star.
That's right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you're a star on Tom TV.
Tom TV?
On Tom TV.
Tom TV.
Have you ever heard of Tom TV?
No.
You haven't, huh?
No.
Okay.
I have
Well,
now.
you have now.
Yeah.
So you're from Seattle?
Yes.
And what are you doing here?
I'm here with my grandparents.
Your grandparents?
Yes, they come here twice a year.
I see. And how long are you here for?
I'm here for a week.
Have you gone snorkeling?
No, but I'm going to. I've gone surfing.
Have you gone in a helicopter?
No.
A canoe?
No.
Anything else? Have you what?
I'm drinking mango smoothies.
Mango what?
Smoothies.
Mango smoothies.
I've
All
seen
right.
all the hotels, stuff like that.
Mango smoothies. All right. So anyway, give a shout out to there's a guy out there. His name's Skip Smith. Skip Smith, and he never talks to me anymore. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why, but Skip Smith never talks to me anymore. But still, let's give him a shout out. Give a big
Skip
shout out to
Smith.
Skip Smith and the Villages.
In the villages?
The Villages. Yeah, you never heard of Skip Smith?
Mm-mm.
Wow. I mean, it doesn't surprise me you haven't heard of Tom TV, but it does surprise me you haven't heard of Skip Smith and the Villages. I thought everybody knows Skip Smith and the Villages.
Not me.
All right. Well, have a nice day, Bella.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, there you have it, folks.
I'll look for it on.
I found my way just up a little bit from where I was at the main beach, I think the tourist beach, and I come across, this must be where the locals are. And boy, if there were anything to warm up your day, it'd be watching a little beach volleyball. So I think it's must be like a women's league or something. So they've got several courts set up here, and they're all. I don't see any men playing volleyball at all. It's all ladies. And it looks like some type of a league or something. Beachvolleyballclubs.com is their website. Beachvolleyballclubs.com. I would imagine that these are a lot of the residents, unless they're visiting from out of state and there's some type of a tournament going on. Still looking for a place to launch my drone. A little bit of a less busy scene down here on this beach. Might be actually a good place for me to take a dip. Definitely got to show you these trees, or this tree I should say. Look at this. Shout out to my friend Phil. I'm sure would appreciate this. Look at this. That's something. All right, I am actually right across the street from the zoo. And there's supposed to be a rather large park that I was told would be ideal for launching my drone. So we will see if we can't find that, or I should say I will see if I can't find that. I'm a little bit cautious insofar as flying my drone over a crowded beach. There's a lot of things you don't necessarily think about till after you get a drone, like the liability of flying a drone and what have you. Today I learned that you want to be careful when you're launching a drone and it's windy, because if you launch a drone and you fly it off in the distance, it'll tell you when it's time to come home, but it won't necessarily calculate the wind coming back against the wind. Now this lady here has just got it all going on. Look at her. She's just chilling on a Saturday afternoon in her beautiful hammock. Isn't that nice? All right. I think these are these must be the locals down here. I must be walking amongst the locals. And to think in a couple days I'm going to be walking at Airlie Beach, AIRLIE, Airlie Beach in the Whitsunday Islands. That's going to be fantastic. Maybe I should get myself a hammock. I found my way over to I guess it's a flea market or something. And you got to be careful about these things. I've learned over the years these artists can be very, very protective of their artistic wares, and they don't always want you to because I see this guy here mowing the lawn the old-fashioned way. Look at that. All right, that's probably his honey-do list. It's probably his girlfriend or his wife is probably making him do that. You know that, right? I mean, why else would a guy like that be out mowing the lawn? It's got to be his honey-do list. So I believe the park is just on the other side here, a large, expansive park where I can launch my drone. Here's some really nice carvings, if you can see that. See whales and a lot of turtles, and I'm sure they'll ship home for the right price. All right, so here would be the field, if I'm not mistaken, where I'll be able to launch my drone. All right, everybody. Well, there's my first walk and talk of the trip. So fasten your seatbelts, grab some popcorn. Probably want to grab some popcorn first and then fasten your seatbelt. And let's go for a ride. All right, let's take a nice trip and let's go down under to the land of Oz and the Vegemite sandwich and koalas and kangaroos and kiwis and all that good stuff.